Take a slow breath with me. In through your nose. Hold gently. And exhale softly. If you followed the first 3 videos of this healing journey, you already understand something many people never realize. Your heart is not failing you. Your heart is responding to the life you've lived, to the food you've eaten, to the stress you've carried, to the inflammation inside your body, to the movement you've chosen, or the movement you've lost. But today, we step into a topic almost every American over 60 faces. Yet almost no one ever talks about honestly. A topic that shapes heart health quietly, slowly, silently. A topic hidden inside bathroom cabinets, bedside tables, and weekly pill organizers. Long-term medication use. Not emergency medication. Not short-term treatment. But the pills you take, year after year. The prescriptions refilled automatically. The medications added one at a time until you've forgotten where it all began. And here is the gentle truth. Millions of older Americans are not taking medications to heal disease. They're taking medications to manage symptoms that were originally caused by lifestyle, diet, stress, inflammation, and aging patterns. When symptoms are managed, but causes are not addressed, the body quietly pays the price. Let me ask you something softly. How many pills do you take each day? 2, 4, 7? More? If you're like most Americans over 60, you take at least 5 medications a day. Many take 10, some take 15. Some take pills to reduce the side effects of other pills. And yet, despite all these medications, heart attacks are rising, strokes are rising, arrhythmia is rising, heart failure is rising. Why? Because medication is not the same as healing. And long-term medication creates long-term consequences. Before we go deeper, let me say this gently. This message is not telling you to stop your medication. This message is not dismissing the life-saving power of modern medicine. This message is not telling you to ignore your doctor. Medication can be essential. Medication can save your life. Medication can stabilize a crisis. But medication was never designed to replace lifestyle, to replace healing, to replace the body's natural intelligence. The problem is not the pill. The problem is becoming dependent on the pill, without addressing the environment that led to its need. Now, imagine a typical American morning. A kitchen counter with a pill box labeled Monday through Sunday. One slot for blood pressure. One for cholesterol. One for sleep. One for pain. One for digestion. One for anxiety. One for inflammation. Take the pill. Drink some water. Hope for a better day. Repeat tomorrow. But over time, nearly every long-term medication creates subtle biological changes. Changes that don't appear in a week or a month, but after years. Layers upon layers, accumulating quietly inside your cells, your hormones, your gut, your bloodstream, and your heart. There are 5 major ways medication accumulates inside the body. It disrupts nutrient absorption. It weakens mitochondria. It damages endothelial function. It alters hormones. It imbalances the gut microbiome. And when these 5 systems weaken, the heart becomes vulnerable. Even if your numbers look stable. Even if you feel fine. Even if your doctor says everything is normal. Let's open the first door gently. Many medications interfere with nutrient absorption. Acid blockers reduce B12 and magnesium. Cholesterol drugs reduce CoQ10. Blood pressure and diabetes medications alter mineral balance. Pain medications reduce protective antioxidants. And these nutrients are not optional. They are foundational for heart energy, circulation, and rhythm. When nutrients fall, energy falls. When energy falls, the heart works harder. And many older adults mistakenly believe they're just getting older. But often, they're not aging. They're accumulating deficiencies created by long-term medication use. Next comes mitochondrial fatigue, a quiet, hidden form of heart exhaustion. Certain medications, especially statins, reduce CoQ10 so deeply that mitochondrial energy inside heart cells collapses. This shows up as fatigue, shortness of breath, reduced stamina, and the feeling of a tired heart. But most people think it's aging. It is not aging. It is energy depletion. The third layer is endothelial dysfunction. Damage to the thin lining inside your arteries. Pain medications, steroids, sleep medications, anti-anxiety drugs, and even antidepressants change how blood vessels dilate, how they stiffen, how they release nitric oxide, how they respond to stress. And once the endothelium weakens, blood pressure becomes unstable, circulation becomes sluggish, inflammation rises, the risk of clotting increases. The heart must work harder just to maintain normal flow. Then comes hormonal disruption. Many medications alter cortisol, melatonin, adrenaline, insulin, thyroid function, or estrogen and testosterone balance. These shifts change everything: your sleep, your appetite, your blood pressure, your mood, your inflammation, your heart rate, and finally, the gut. The gut is often the first organ harmed, and the last one to be repaired. Acid blockers, pain meds, antibiotics, and certain diabetes medications damage gut bacteria, irritate the lining, and create leaky gut, a major source of hidden inflammation. And inflammation, as we learned in previous videos, is one of the strongest predictors of heart disease after 60. Now let me take you into what science reveals. The more medications an older adult takes, the higher their risk of heart attack, heart failure, arrhythmia, and stroke, even when controlling for their existing conditions. Not because medications are bad, but because the body was never meant to operate under constant pharmaceutical stress. The Cleveland Clinic found that adults taking 7 or more medications had a 70% higher risk of heart failure than those taking fewer than 2. Stanford researchers found that polypharmacy reduces mitochondrial function and heart rate variability, making the heart more fragile. Harvard studies show that PPIs, acid blockers, used long-term, increase cardiovascular risk by 20 to 50% because of nutrient depletion and gut inflammation. But here's the miracle. When older adults adopt lifestyle changes, even small ones, medication needs drop faster than anyone expects. A 12-week study showed that a plant-forward diet reduced medication needs by 40%. Another study showed that a 20-minute daily walk reduced blood pressure as effectively as mild medication. And stress reduction techniques restored heart rhythm stability in as little as 7 days. Medication controls symptoms. Lifestyle heals the cause. Medication manages disease. Lifestyle restores balance. And this is where the journey shifts. Because now we begin to ask the right question. What if your body is not overreacting? What if your body is overwhelmed? What if the healing you need is not a stronger pill, but a gentler life? We now step into the heart of this video. The world of accumulated side effects. The slow, silent biological debt created by years of long-term medication use. And, more importantly, the path to healing it. Imagine that medication is a visitor in your body. A helpful visitor. At first, it arrives to calm pain. to stabilize blood pressure, to reduce sugar, to ease reflux, to help you sleep. But this visitor doesn't stay one night. It stays for years. And slowly, it begins to rearrange the furniture in your body. It shifts how organs communicate. It suppresses signals. It changes rhythms. It disrupts energy. It alters digestion. It reprograms hormones. Eventually, the internal environment no longer resembles the healthy home your body once was. This is cumulative pharmacological stress. Slow changes that accumulate silently. Older adults don't feel it all at once. They feel it as fatigue, brain fog, dizziness, poor sleep, low energy, weak digestion, shortness of breath, inflammation. These are not just age. They are the biological echoes of long-term medication. But here's the most important truth of all. The moment you begin supporting your biology, the body begins to recover. The heart begins to breathe again. The gut begins to repair. Hormones recalibrate. The nervous system softens. Energy rises. Medication needs naturally decrease. And that is where the next chapter begins. Let yourself soften for a moment. And let me guide you through the next part of this journey. With 3 real stories. 3 real lives. 3 hearts that found healing after years of depending on medication. Because there are things that science alone cannot teach. But human stories can. These are ordinary Americans. People who lived more than half their lives with pills in their hands and worry in their hearts. People who believed their future would always revolve around illness until they discovered something profound. When you change the environment inside your body, your life begins to change with it. The first story is Martha, 74. A gentle woman who spent her whole life caring for others and forgot to care for herself. She took 9 medications a day. Blood pressure, cholesterol, diabetes, joint pain, acid reflux, anxiety, sleep. Her doctor said she was stable. Her tests said she was fine. But she didn't feel fine. She was tired. She was dizzy. She was short of breath. She felt heavy. She felt drained. One afternoon, walking out to her mailbox, she became so dizzy she had to sit down on the grass. At the emergency room, a nurse whispered something that changed the course of her life. "Honey, your body is reacting to the medications, not the diseases." Suddenly everything made sense. Her exhaustion, her foggy mind, her chest pressure, her anxiety, her digestive problems. They weren't signs of aging. They were side effects, layered on top of one another for years. Martha decided to try something different. She began eating more greens, cut dairy for a month, added a 10-minute evening walk, slept earlier, breathed deeply twice a day, and stopped eating fried foods. Within 6 weeks, 2 medications were removed. After 3 months, she was down to 4 pills a day. And she said something beautiful. "I didn't heal because of the pills. I healed because I stopped asking the pills to do the work my body needed to do." A simple story, but deeper than any lecture. Now let me tell you about James, 69, a retired truck driver. He thought he had a failing heart. But what he really had was a failing gut. 4 years of acid blockers had drained his B12 and magnesium severely. And when these drop, your heart becomes weak, your breath short, your energy low, your muscles tired. A young cardiologist asked him a question no doctor had ever asked before. "How long have you been on acid blockers?" 4 years, he said. "Then we need to check your gut, not your heart," she replied. She guided him gently. More fiber, less sugar, fermented foods, reduced processed foods, slowly taper off acid blockers, sleep earlier, hydrate more. In 2 weeks, his digestion improved. In 6 weeks, his breathing eased. In 3 months, he discontinued acid blockers and reduced 2 other medications. For the first time in years, he climbed stairs without stopping. His heart wasn't the problem. His gut was inflamed. And once the gut healed, the heart followed. The third story belongs to Caroline, 67, a former nurse, a woman who had spent her whole life helping others, but slipped into burnout as she grew older. Her husband passed away. Her sister developed dementia. Her family leaned on her. Her sleep collapsed. Her stress soared. And slowly, so did her symptoms. High blood pressure, fast heartbeat, fatigue, anxiety, poor digestion, insomnia. Doctors gave her blood pressure pills, sleep pills, anti-anxiety pills, and she felt herself fading, emotionally and physically, until she learned about stress cardiomyopathy, heart damage caused by chronic stress. Everything clicked. She began morning sunlight, 4-7-8 breathing, Tai Chi, evening stretching, screen-free nights, mindful eating, 20-minute walks. Within weeks, her anxiety softened, her breathing deepened, her sleep returned, and in 3 months, 2 medications were removed. I didn't heal by fighting my heart, she said. I healed by calming my life. 3 different lives, 3 different paths, but one shared truth. When lifestyle changes, medication needs naturally decrease, and the heart begins to heal. None of them quit medication recklessly. None of them followed extreme diets. They simply gave their bodies what had been missing for years: real food, real rest, real movement, real peace, real breath, real healing. And when the environment changes, the body changes. Now we step into the heart of this video. The natural healing roadmap that helps older adults reduce medication dependence and reverse accumulated side effects safely and scientifically. The human body over 60 has 5 systems most affected by long-term medication: the gut, the mitochondria, the endothelium, the hormones, and the nervous system. When these 5 systems heal, the heart becomes lighter, the vessel walls soften, inflammation drops, energy rises, and medication naturally becomes less necessary. The gut must heal first. No heart can thrive inside a body with an inflamed gut. Fiber from plants, fermented foods, temporary dairy elimination, reducing sugar, hydration, slow eating, all help repair the gut. Within 72 hours, after 30 days, the gut strengthens significantly. Then we nurture the mitochondria, the powerhouses of the heart. When CoQ10 is depleted by medication, the heart grows tired. But antioxidant-rich foods, movement, deep sleep, and reduced alcohol help mitochondria recover remarkably fast. The nervous system is crucial. A calm body creates a calm heart. 2 minutes of deep breathing, morning sunlight, screen-free evenings, slow walking, soothing music, all reduce cortisol and lower blood pressure gently. Hormones also need gentle balancing. Consistent sleep, balanced meals, movement after eating, meditation, more time outdoors. These restore hormonal rhythms that medication often disrupts. Finally, the endothelium, the delicate inner lining of your arteries, needs to be nourished. Leafy greens, beets, pomegranate, olive oil, laughter, and daily walking all help arteries relax and open. Let me share with you a daily rhythm that heart healing programs across America use to help older adults recover naturally. Morning. Warm lemon water. A short walk. A fiber-rich breakfast with oats, nuts, berries. 10 minutes of sunlight. Midday. High-fiber meals. A brief walk after eating. 2 minutes of deep breathing. Hydration. Afternoon. Avoid caffeine. Light movement. Evening. Early dinner. No screens for an hour. Herbal tea. Gentle stretching. Sleep before 10:30. According to research, 4 days, inflammation decreases. 7 days, sleep improves. 14 days, blood pressure lowers. 21 days, heart rhythm stabilizes. 30 days, medication side effects lessen. 12 weeks, medication reduction begins with medical guidance. No miracles. Just biology returning to balance. Now we come to the quietest, most intimate part of this journey. Place your hand over your heart. Feel that rhythm. That pulse has carried you through love and loss, work and worry, joy and hardship. It has never stopped. Not once. Not for a moment. This heart is not a machine. It is a living, listening, responsive part of you. It doesn't ask for much. It asks only for an environment where it can recover. For a life that is not too heavy. For a rhythm that is not rushed. Before we close, I want to gently invite you into the next step of this healing path. In the next video, we explore a force even more damaging to the hearts of older adults, the hidden truth about sugar, and how it silently harms heart health after 60. And my friend, if this journey touched something in you, if it helped you understand your body with more compassion, if it opened a little hope inside you, please subscribe to Holistic Health 365. Every week, you'll receive one small step to make your heart lighter, stronger, and more alive. Thank you for being here. Thank you for listening. Thank you for choosing healing.